Hi everyone, I'm Yana from susud.com. Today, I'll show you how to make the stylish striped cardigan from our Trendsetter series. The design is simple yet elegant, featuring open work patterns. It combines fashion with a cool feel. With its loose fit, it's comfortable to wear and has a slimming effect. This project is made with high quality yarn. The finished product is delicate, soft, and skin friendly. The knitting method also easy to pick up. If you'd like to purchase the original material kit and get crocheting guidance, please search for the store name, Susan's Family on Taobao.com. Now, let's get started. This cardigan consists of the sleeves, the body pieces, the front band, the hem, and the buttons. Start by completing the sleeves, then crochet the body pieces onto the completed sleeves. Seam the body pieces together afterward. Crochet the front band and the hem next. Finally, attach the buttons. Let's learn how to work the sleeves first. The sleeve consists of the sleeve body and the sleeve cuff. The sleeve body is a complete hexagonal motif. After completing the motif, you can fold the second side in half from the middle, sewing the aligned side edges together. Then, crochet the border around the cuff. First, let's learn how to work the sleeve body motifs. Please take a look at the pattern chart. Begin with the chain ring. Work counterclockwise around the center outward. Since the full chart is extensive, the repeated sections are omitted. When crocheting, refer to the chart to check the stitch count. For the final rounds, you will need switch colors. The stitches used are chains, double crochets, and slip stitches. Now, let me demonstrate the specific crocheting steps. Start by the chain ring. Before we begin the actual work, let's learn the proper posture for crocheting. To make it clearer for everyone, I'll use cotton yarn for the demonstration. For specific yarn choices, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail pages and the printed pattern charts of our product. Pick up the yarn with your right hand. Wrap the yarn around your left little finger once. Pass it between your middle finger and index finger. Then pinch the yarn tail with your thumb and middle finger. Take the crochet hook in your right hand. Place it underneath the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Use your left thumb and middle finger to pinch the crossing point of the loop. Put the hook to the left side of the yarn. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. This slip knit does not count as a stitch. Gently pull to tighten. Now, let's start working the chains. Adjust the size of the loop on the hook. Yarn over, draw the yarn through. One chain stitch is complete. This V-shaped stitch counts as one stitch. Move on to the second stitch. Yarn over again, draw the yarn through. Repeat this process. Keep working chains. You'll need 6 stitches in total. 3, 4, 5, 6. After completing, insert the hook into the back loop only of the first chain stitch, like half V-shaped stitch right here. Make 1 slip stitch. Yarn over, draw the yarn through, and pull through all loops on the hook at once. This V-shaped stitch is a slip stitch, and that completes the chain ring. Now, let's work the first round. Start with 3 chains as the beginning chain. Consider these 3 chains as 1 double crochet. Mark the 3rd stitch. Then, in the big ring where you started, work a double crochet. Work the first entire round within this big ring. Yarn over once. Insert the hook. As you work, weave in the starting yarn tail, keeping it above the hook. Follow the natural texture of the fabric as you work the left stitches. Draw the yarn through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain on the hook. Yarn over and draw through both loops. 1 double crochet, DC, is complete. Move on to the second stitch. Wrap the yarn around once. Insert the hook. Draw through. Yarn over on after another. Draw through the 2 loops on your hook. Repeat this step twice. 1, 2. The second double crochet is finished. Count the beginning chain in. You've a total of 3 stitches now. Proceed to the 4th stitch. After completing, work 2 chains for transition. Make 4 double crochets. Move the completed stitches to the right, then continue crocheting from there. 4 double crochets are done. This round requires a total of 24 double crochets. Take 4 double crochets as a group. Between every 2 groups, make 2 chains for transition. Continue working them all down. As you work, after completing each group, shift the finished part to the right before continuing. Once the last group of double crochets is done, work 2 chains for transition. Join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain to finish. Pick up these 2 strands of yarn. Yarn over. Draw through all the loops on your hook. The slip stitch doesn't count as a stitch. Make sure to pull tight. Take a look. The texture on the right side of the fabric is more distinct, and the wrong side appears more vague. When crocheting further, always keep the right side facing you. The yarn tail from casting on has already been weaved in former steps, so you can break the tail directly. The first round is complete. There are altogether 6 sides and 6 corners. To count the stitches per side, we distinguish by the spaces between the corner. From this space to this one, the double crochets in between form one side. Each side consists of 4 double crochets. Since there are too many stitches, the fabric might curl up a bit, which is normal. Now, beginning to work the second round. Start by making a slip stitch into the chain space on the right side. Carry the yarn over. Don't pull this slip stitch too tight. Make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Place the marker as former steps. Then, work a chain stitch to transition. Work a double crochet into the beginning chain from the previous round. Insert your hook where the slip stitch was made. Continue with another chain stitch to transition. Skip the next double crochet. Make a double crochet into the second stitch. Insert the hook into the very stitch. A stitch refers to the V-shaped strands directly above the right side of the double crochet, like these 2 strands of yarn. Each stitch has its corresponding V-shaped 2 strands. Since the beginning chain is worked by picking up 2 strands, the V-shape of the double crochet next to it is less visible. Skip this stitch. Work a double crochet into the next available position. After completing, make a chain stitch to transition. Skip the next double crochets on the left side. Work a double crochet into the chain space at the corner. Consider the 2 double crochets on either side, along with the stitches in between, as one edge. You've completed the first edge. Now, work 2 chains for transition. Consider these 2 stitches as a corner. Move on to work the second edge. For the first double crochet of the second edge, work it into the same chain space below. Then, make another chain stitch. Make a double crochet into the next stitch. After that, finish with a chain stitch. Skip 1 stitch. Make a double crochet into the next stitch. Continue with another chain stitch. Work a double crochet into the corner space from the previous round. The second edge is now complete. Proceed to crochet the second corner. Make 2 chains. Once done, start the third edge. Work a double crochet into the chain space. Add another chain stitch. Work a double crochet into the next stitch. Follow with 1 chain stitch. 1 more double crochet, which is worked into the third double crochet position of the previous row. Another chain stitch. 1 double crochet, which goes into the corner from the previous round. The third edge is now completed. Continue these steps. Follow the pattern to finish the remaining stitches. After completing the last corner, join with a slip stitch at the stitch marker position. When working at the beginning chain position, always pick up into 2 strands of the V shape. I won't repeat this for the following steps. Tighten the yarn. Round 2 is now finished. In this round, each side is made up by 1 double crochet, followed by 1 chain stitch, alternating like this. Their combination forms square spaces. Count the number of spaces on each side. There should be 3 in total. Now, let's work on round 3. For every round from now on, for starts, we should work a slip stitch in the chain space on the right side to transition the yarn. Don't pull the slip stitch too tight. Then make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Place a marker. I won't repeat this for the following steps. Work 1 double crochet in the same spot. Work 1 double crochet in the beginning chain spot. In the next space, work 1 more double crochet. Work 1 double crochet in each. Double crochets and chain spaces of previous round. When you meet the corner space, work 2 double crochets in it. The first side is complete. Move on to the first corner. Make 2 chains. Once done, work on the second side. Crochet 2 double crochets in the same corner. Then, in the following double crochets and chain spaces, work 1 double crochet in each. Be mindful that there are more stitches at the corner. They will cover the adjacent stitch. Make sure don't miss this one. For the next corner, also work 2 double crochets in it. The second side is finished. Move on to the second corner. Make 2 chains. The second corner is complete. Continue in this way, finishing all remaining stitches. Join with a slip stitch at the beginning chain. Pull tight. Round 3 is now finished. You can check the stitch count on each side. Each side should have 11 stitches. Continue to round 4. Start with the first side. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Then make 1 more chain stitch, 1 double crochet, which goes into the previous round's beginning chain. Follow with another chain stitch, another double crochet, alternate like this. Between every 2 double crochets, skip 1 stitch. Continue work like this until you reach the position of the last double crochet on the left side. After that, make 1 chain stitch. Work 1 double crochet in the corner space. The first side is now completed. Move on to the first corner. Chain 2. Once done, work on the second side. Work 1 double crochet in the same stitch. Chain 1. Work 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1 again, then work 1 more 1 double crochet, alternate like this, between every 2 double crochets, skip 1 stitch. Crochet 1 double crochet in the corner. The second side is finished. Repeat the same process. Continue working the remaining rows. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. The fourth round is complete. Check the stitch count on each edge. There should be 7 square spaces on the one side. The following rounds are same as before. On even rounds, work square spaces along each side. On odd rounds, work double crochets along each edge. The steps remains the same. Always refer to the pattern chart. As you crochet the edges, check the stitch count on each one. To avoid mistakes, refer to the pattern closely and work up to round 20. I won't demonstrate this part. During the process, you might run out of yarn and need to join a new yarn. This usually happens when working double crochets. Adjust the joining position according to your needs. I'll continue use the sample to demonstration. Start with an incomplete double crochet, yarn over once, insert the hook, draw through, yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. You have 2 loops left on the hook. The incomplete stitch is now complete. Pick up the new yarn, tie a slip knot, hang the yarn on your left hand, join the slip knot, pull the yarn through the loop on the hook. Adjust the loop size. And you've joined the yarn successfully. Keep crocheting from here. Hide the joining yarn tail on the wrong side. Leave it for now. That's how you join the yarn. Now, I'll proceed with this sample. To demonstrate the crochet method for round 21, in this round, we will switch colors. You'll need the previous yarn end for the next round, so don't cut this yarn tail. Enlarge the loop. Thread the ball of yarn through the loop. Tighten it. Now, take out the new yarn. The color combination in here is random. For specific color schemes, please refer to the pattern chart. Tie a slip knot. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. Start from the corresponding edge corner, where the previous yarn end was. Insert the hook into the space at that corner. Draw the yarn through the hook. Pull out the knotted loop. Adjust the loop size. Make sure the knotted part doesn't come out of the fabric. Make 3 chains as the beginning chain. When you work the second stitch, remember to carry along the previous yarn tail. Place the yarn tail above the yarn held in your left hand. That's how you carry the yarn once. Mark this spot properly. Follow the pattern. Work the rest of the round. As you work, weave in the joining yarn tail together. If the joining yarn tail is too long, leave about 5 centimeters before cutting. Trim off the rest. Finish with a slip stitch. When working the slip stitch, continue carrying the previous yarn. Tighten. Chain 1 to secure. Enlarge the loop. Leave a yarn tail about 5 centimeters long. Cut the yarn. Tighten again. This is the crochet method for round 21. Move on to round 22, starting by using the yarn that we carry across. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. Draw the yarn through. Be mindful not to pull the strand too tight. To avoid curling, make 3 chains. Place marker. Crochet all the way down this round. Leave the cut yarn tail for now. Finish with a slip stitch. Pull tight. Break the yarn. Round 22 is complete. Lastly, work on round 23. Start with a new yarn. Don't forget to tie a slip knit with the new yarn. Work them all the way through. As you work, weave in both yarn tails. Conclude with another slip stitch. Pull tight. Enlarge the loop. Thread the ball of yarn through the loop. Tighten again. Leave a tail about 3 times the length of the side. Cut the yarn. The actual tail is quite long. You can wind it up neatly. For any loose ends from before, weave them in along the backside texture. When weaving in the ends, make sure to secure it with extra stitches. Then break off the left. I won't demonstrate again. Now the sleeve motif is completed. Next, we'll join the sides of the sleeve. Place the motif with the right side facing up. Lay it out flat. Position the yarn tail on the right-hand side. The left side is the first edge. Fold the first edge and the third edge along the second edge, in half from the center. Align the edges. Use the previously reserved yarn tail, sewing the first edge to the third edge together. Thread the yarn through the needle. Sew through the back loops only. Each stitch consists of these 2 strands. The one closer to you is the front loop. The one closer to the outside is the back loop. Insert the needle into corresponding back loops on both sides and seaming them together. Insert the needle from front to back. Go through the corresponding corner on both sides. At the left chain stitch position. Also pick up the back loop at the chain stitch position. Pull the yarn tail tight, sewing an extra stitch in the same spot for reinforcement. Then, insert the needle from front to back into the next adjacent pair of corresponding back loops. At the beginning chain position, still pick up both strands, which is where you would insert your hook for a slip stitch. Then, go into the corresponding back loop from the other side. Pull tight. Continue from front to back. Insert into the next adjacent pair of back loops. Always insert from front to back for each stitch. This seaming technique is called whip stitching. Following this process, finish sewing down this side. Both edges have an equal number of stitches. Match each stitch on one side with a corresponding stitch on the other. Here's a little seaming trick. Keep your needle underneath the yarn as you insert it. In this way, you will avoid having the yarn twist around because of a long tail. Make sure to pull the yarn tight while seaming. After securing the corresponding back loop, go into the next corner chain stitch back loop to join. Add an extra stitch to secure. Weave in the ends along the back side's texture. To prevent the yarn ends from coming loose, you can separate the yarn into 2 strands. Take one of them and pass it through an adjacent stitch. Tie the 2 strands together in a knot. Then, weave in the ends following the texture. The body of the sleeve is now done. Next, let's learn how to work the cuffs. Take a look at the finished part. Crochet in rounds along the cuff edge. Color changes will be needed during the process. The new stitch technique will use our single crochet and the back post single crochet. Let me demonstrate the specific method. I'll continue using this sample to demonstrate. Begin with the first round. Find the middle double crochet on the cuff and mark it. I've already placed a stitch marker there. Start working from the left side double crochet of the stitch marker. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. Insert the hook into the stitch. Pull the knotted loop through. Work 3 chains as the beginning chain. Mark it. Then chain 1 for transition. Skip the next stitch. Work a double crochet in the second stitch. Again, skip 1 stitch. Double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1 as a transition. Skip 1 more stitch. Double crochet in the next adjacent stitch. Skip another stitch. Double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1 for transition. In this round, you'll have 2 double crochets, followed by 1 chain stitch. Alternate like this. Between every 2 double crochets, skip 1 stitch. Continue in this manner all the way to the last double crochet on the right side of the edge. Now we've reached the corresponding position. Chain 1 as a transition. Work a double crochet where you'll join the fabric piece. Insert your hook roughly in the right spot. Then chain 1 again. Double crochet in the next double crochet stitch. The technique from here is the same as before. Keep working until you've completed them all. Once the last double crochet is done, finish with a slip stitch at the stitch marker position. Pull tight. We'll be changing colors for the next round. Enlarge the loop. Thread the ball of yarn through the loop. Tighten it up. And the first round is complete. Now, move on to round 2. This round is quite simple. Start with picking up the new yarn. Insert your hook into the first stitch from the previous round. Make 3 chains as the beginning chain. When you are working the second chain stitch, remember to carry along the yarn tail from before. Continue working the rest of the round. As you work, you can carry along the yarn tail as you go. Finish with a slip stitch to join. Carry across the yarn tail. Tighten. Then, break the yarn. You've completed round 2. Rounds 3 to 4 are quite sample too. Just refer to the pattern chart. Work them through by yourself. Be mindful the pattern for round 3 differs from round 1. Do not misplace your stitches. When you're working round 4, remember to carry across the yarn tail. I won't demonstrate that here. After finishing round 4, move on to round 5. Pay attention when working this round. Start by working from the double crochets position on the left side of the beginning chain. Follow the chart to complete them all. Finish with a slip stitch. Tighten. Then break the yarn. Round 5 is now finished. The sample is used to demonstrate the construction and show the basic steps. Refer to the pattern closely when you're working the actual project. Now, let's move on to round 6. Begin by working from the space on the left side of the beginning chain from the previous round. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Then work 2 double crochets at the same spot. Consider these 3 stitches as one leaf. Next, make 1 chain stitch for transition. Skip 1 stitch. Work another leaf in the next adjacent space, which are 3 double crochets. Again, follow with a chain stitch to transition. Skip the 2 double crochets on the left below. Work a leaf in the next available stitch. Between every 2 leaves in this round, work 1 chain stitch as a transition. Continue in this way. Refer to the pattern. Finish the remaining part. After completing the last leaf, don't forget to make a chain stitch to transition. Join with a slip stitch at the stitch marker spot to conclude. Pull tight. You've completed round 6. Move on to round 7. Chain 1 as the beginning chain of a single crochet. Skip the beginning chain from the previous round. Work a single crochet into the next double crochet stitch. Insert the hook into the stitch. Draw the yarn through. 2 loops remain on your hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops at once. You've completed a single crochet. Mark this stitch. Continue with another single crochet in the next stitch. Insert the hook. Draw through. Yarn over and pull through both loops. The second single crochet is done. Work a single crochet into the next chain space. At the leaf position, skip the first double crochet. Work a single crochet in each of the next 2 double crochet stitches. Then work a single crochet in the chain space. Follow this pattern. Continue all the way down. Finish by joining with a slip stitch at the end. Pull tight. The 7th round is complete. Now, let's move on to round 8. Start with a chain stitch. Work a back post single crochet in the first single stitch of the previous round. Insert the hook from back to front through the first stitch, and from front to back through the second stitch. Yarn over, draw the yarn through. 2 loops remain on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all the loops at once. 1 back post single crochet is completed. For easier explanation, the abbreviation for it is BPSC. Mark this position. Move on to the second stitch. Insert the hook from back to front through next single crochet, and from front to back through the second stitch. Yarn over, draw the yarn through, yarn over again, and pull through both loops on the hook. The second back post single crochet is done. This entire round is worked with 1 back post single crochet in each stitch. Repeat this way until you've completed them all. Finish by slip stitching into the first stitch to join. Tighten a little bit. Round 8 is now finished. Move on to round 9. Start with a chain stitch. Work back post single crochet stitches in each corresponding stitch of the previous round. Follow the same way. Insert the hook from back to front through the first stitch, and from front to back through the second stitch. Draw the yarn through, yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook. Mark that spot. In this way, continue by finishing this round. Join a slip stitch's end. Tighten. Round 9 is now complete. The crochet technique for the rest is identical. Refer to the pattern. Work the remaining sections by yourself. Be mindful. Don't pull the slip stitch too tight at the end of the last round. I won't repeat the demonstration. Now, I'll show you how to weave in the yarn end. Leave this last slip stitch loose. Enlarge the loop. Leave a yarn tail about 6 centimeters long. Cut the yarn. Insert your hook from back to front through the second stitch from the left. Transition the yarn tail to the wrong side. Then, come out through the back loop of the slip stitch, which is the stitch where the yarn tail is. Continue weaving the yarn to the wrong side. Tighten. You'll see that after weaving, there are no visible ends on the right side. The texture looks even more attractive. Finish by weaving in all the yarn tails, and you have one sleeve completed. Work the other sleeve using the same method. I won't demonstrate that again. After completing the sleeves, continue to working the body piece on it. The body consists of 2 parts. The first part, work in rounds along the remaining side of the sleeve. For the second part, base on the first part. Work from right to left. Cut the yarn after each row. Keep in mind that the techniques for the left and right body pieces differ slightly. Let's start by learning how to work the left side. Take one of the sleeves. You'll notice that there are two corners and two sides, a long side and a short side. Begin your work from the right-hand corner on the long side. Work at the last round of double crochets from the sleeve body. In this round, create the square meshes as former steps. The crochet method remains the same. Continue working all the way down to this corner, which is the double crochet spot. Now you're at the corresponding spot. Work a chain stitch as transition. At the point where two motifs join, work a double crochet. Just insert your hook roughly in the right spot. Then, make another chain stitch as a transition. Work a double crochet into the next from the left side. Slip the corner holes. The following stitches will be worked in the same manner. Keep going until you've completed them all. As you work, check the stitch count on each side. Finish with a slip stitch. Tighten the yarn. Enlarge the loop. Thread the ball of yarn through the loop. Pull tight again. You've completed the first round. For rounds 2 to 4, the technique is quite simple. Alternate between double crochet rounds and square mesh rounds. Refer to the chart to finish them on your own. Check your stitch count as you work. I won't demonstrate those. Now, I'll show you how to work round 5. This is just a demonstration of the method. The number of rounds can vary randomly from the beginning chain of the previous round. To start, make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Then work a chain stitch for transition. Skip 1 stitch. Work a double crochet in the next stitch. Refer to the chart. Continue working the remaining stitches. After completing the last double crochet, don't work into the corner on the left side. Just work 7 chains as a transition. Join with a slip stitch at the beginning chain. Tighten. Cut the yarn. Weave in all the ends. This big chain space here is a buttonhole. The first part of the left panel is done. Move on to the second part. Find the corresponding round of the double crochet along the long edge for seaming, which is this very stitch. Start work from the second space on the left. 1, 2, which is this large chain space. Hang the yarn tail on your left hand. Make 3 chains. No need for a marker. Work a double crochet in the next stitch. Work a double crochet into the chain space. Continue all the way down to the corner on the left edge. Work 2 double crochets in that corner. Fasten off when you're done. Row 1 is complete. Move on to row 2. Start from the left side of the previous row's beginning chain. Work a double crochet as start. Make 3 chains. No marker needed. Skip 1 stitch. Work a double crochet in the next stitch. Then chain 1 as a transition. Skip 1 stitch again. In the next adjacent stitch, make a double crochet. Finish crocheting the remaining part. Fasten off when you're finished. Row 2 is completed. Proceed to row 3. Start from the left side of the beginning chain. Begin your stitching in the double crochet position. Mark the beginning chain position. Finish working the rest. Row 3 is complete. Now work on row 4. Start working from the beginning chain position. Pick up 2 strands of the V-shaped stitch. Make a mark there. The following crochet technique is quite simple. Refer to the pattern chart for guidance. Finish crocheting the remaining part, weaving all the yarn tails. When you're done, I won't demonstrate that again. Let's take a look. This is what we have after the second part done. The left panel is completed. The right panel is worked in a similar way to the left one. Be mindful, in the last round of the first part, you don't need to create buttonholes. Just follow the pattern as usual. When working the second part, start by finding the double crochet where you'll join. Then find the corresponding double crochet stitch from last round. Count in from the right side. Mark the second space. 1, 2. For the second part, begin by crocheting from the corner on the right side. Work all the way to the left side, up to the stitch marker. Refer to the pattern chart until complete them all. When finished, leave a yarn tail about 3 times the length of the side. For the side seaming, this is how you work the right front piece. Once both the left and right pieces are done, join them together, with the right side facing out. Lay them flat. Align the second parts properly. Be mindful when placing them. Since we're sewing the back of the cardigan, you should place the left piece on the right. Make sure not to mix them up. Use a whip stitch to seaming 2 parts together. Still pick up the back loops only. At the beginning chain position, pick up 2 strands of yarn like this. Add an extra stitch at both ends to secure. Continue seaming all the way down. Once done, follow the previous method. To separate the yarn tails, tie them off, and weave in the tail neatly. I won't demonstrate that again. And there you have joined the left and right pieces. Finally, work the button bands and hems. These two sections are working as one piece. Work in rounds along the body panel. Now, let me demonstrate the specific crochet technique. I'll continue use this sample for the demonstration. I'm just showing the method, so the stitches will less than the actual work. Start by working the first round. Begin from the bottom corner on the right piece. That would be this particular chain space right here. Work one leaf first. Don't forget to mark the beginning chain position. Then, work one chain stitch as a transition. Skip the next hole on the left. Work a leaf in the adjacent chain space. Again, work one chain stitch as a transition. Skip one chain space. Work a leaf in the next adjacent chain space. Always skip one and work one leaf in the next. Between every two leaves, work one chain stitch as a transition. Continue working all the way down until the first section of the right piece is done. Keep working all the way down to the left side corner. Now you're at the start of the second part. Skip the row of double crochets on the left. Work one leaf from the edge of the adjacent square mesh. Between every two leaves, always work one chain stitch as a transition. I won't repeat this again. Keep working along the edge of the left square mesh and making leaves. Slip the row of double crochets. Now we're at the joining point between the two pieces. Insert your hook into the middle and work a leaf. Just approximate the position. Then, work one leaf in each next two chain spaces on the left. After completing this, work one leaf in the corner. Skip one chain space and work a leaf in next. Continue all the way down to the left side chain space. You've reached the corresponding position now. At the big chain space of the corner, work two leaves. Between these two leaves, work two chains as a transition. Once done, work one leaf in the adjacent chain space. Then skip one and work a leaf in the next. Keep going all the way down to the chain space that works the beginning stitch for the first row of the second part. You're now in the corresponding position. Work a leaf into space chain that next to the beginning chain of the left side double crochet row. Skip the chain space. No leaf needs to be working at the joining point. Continue working one leaf in each row of double crochets on the left. After completing, work leaves into the left chain space that double crochet was worked in below. The rest steps are the same. Skip one chain space and work a leaf in the next. Finish crocheting the remaining section by yourself. Finally, complete the corner leaves. One leaf. Two chains. Join with a slip stitch to finish. Pull tight. The first round is done. Move on to the second round. Chain 1 to start. Work a single crochet at the beginning chain position of the previous round. Mark this spot. Make one single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. In the chain space, work a single crochet. For this round, work 3 single crochets on each leaf. Work a single crochet in the chain space. Continue in this manner. When you reach the corner, make 3 single crochets inside. Keep going until you've completed all remaining stitches. Finish with a slip stitch. Don't pull the slip stitch too tight. Follow the method on the sleeve cuffs. Weave the yarn tailantly. I won't demonstrate that part again. Now the front band and hem are finished. Finally, at the bottom of the right panel, on the 4th and 5th row from the bottom, about 7 centimeters from the edge, attach a button. Cut the yarn and leave a long tail. Choose your preferred color. Thread the needle through the corresponding position. Pull out a portion of the yarn tail, pass it through the buttonhole. Insert the needle into the next buttonhole. Then, exit the fabric piece. Continue sewing downward. Finally, tie the yarn tail with the reserved one. Weave in the ends. The button is now securely attached. Up to this point, we've completed the crochet method for this cardigan. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next episode.